China started performing transplants with organs harvested from executed prisoners at a small scale in the 70s. In the years that follow, it also started using organs from prisoners of conscience.
In 1999, the crackdown of Falun Gong starts. That is the largest action of scale by the Chinese Communist Party since the Cultural Revolution. And by 2000, 2001, that's when you have this explosion of transplant activity. We see continuity in the numbers over time. Falun Gong is as I call it, it's kind of a Buddhist revival group. It doesn't have churches and so forth, doesn't have temples. What it has is sort of common beliefs.
These shared beliefs revolve around self-improvement based on the values of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. By the end of the 1990s, the Chinese government estimated that over 70 million of its citizens were practicing Falun Gong. Jiang Zemin, the head of the Communist Party at the time, saw Falun Gong's popularity and revival of traditional values as a threat to his rule, and launched a violent campaign to eradicate it in July 1999. Hundreds of thousands of Falun Gong practitioners from all over China traveled to Beijing to appeal to the central government, only to be arrested and tortured. When many refused to disclose their identities to protect their families and friends, they became part of a large, anonymous population held captive by the state. More practitioners were rounded up all across China. This is when large numbers of them started disappearing without a trace.
The official line in terms of repression of Falun Gong of the party is bankrupt them financially, ruin their reputations, destroy them physically. So that the vilification is destroying their reputations, the organ transplants is destroying them physically. There's the physical examinations, the blood testing, the organ examination, which have no other explanation than suitability for transplant.
It was like convert or die. Convert or die. Turn in your friends or die. That it's state-sponsored genocide. We did not expect, after the Holocaust, to see this kind of medical corruption come round again.
How can doctors, people trained to heal, harvest organs from living people for transplants? Educated and raised in China, Enver Tohti is an ethnic Uyghur surgeon, currently living in London. He was told to extract the organs from a living prisoner in 1995.
They made you disabled to think yourself. My whole body just become a robot, just performed to do what I have been programmed to do. So anybody, if they label it themselves other than communism, Communist Party or member, then they will be treated as an enemy of the state. Therefore, they are not even qualified as human beings, and therefore they are subject to whatever punishment is available. They made you genuinely believe what you are doing is for a good cause. It is little later I realized I shortened this man's life. That is equal to a killer. I killed him. This thing is haunting me. I have to tell the world to release the things inside my heart to get a little relief.